In this lecture, we're going to talk about plutons and volcanoes. Plutons are named after Pluto, who is the Roman god of the underworld, and volcanoes are named after Vulcan, who is the Roman god of fire. So as the name implies, plutons are features that occur underneath the ground. So we call these sorts of features that are underneath the ground intrusive features because they're sort of intruding on the rocks that are already there. So how do plutons form? Well, they start out as a liquid magma, and it has to have some sort of space underneath the ground, and that's where this intrusion occurs. They might be intruding into other rocks that are already there. But then the liquid magma slowly cools underneath the ground. It's not exposed to the surface, so it has more time to cool. As it cools, the minerals crystallize together to form what we call igneous rocks. And these minerals are big enough to be seen with the eye without the use of a magnifying glass typically, or a microscope. So one type of pluton is called a batholith. And batholiths are massive. They're usually very big. They can be hundreds of miles long. And of course, they're an intrusive rock. They've intruded into these lighter colored rocks off to the sides, these pinks and oranges and yellows. And those are sedimentary rocks. They're not igneous rocks. The batholith itself would be an igneous rock, but in this case, it's intruded into sedimentary rocks. The batholith is massive. It's now been exposed at the surface and is getting worn away by erosion. But when it cooled, all of this material here would have been underneath the ground. One famous example of a batholith is shown on this map on the right here, the Sierra Nevada batholith in California, and it forms the core of the Sierra Nevada mountains. And there are other batholiths in the western United States. A famous one is the Idaho batholith. But let's go back to the Sierra Nevada batholith. That's what we're seeing in this picture here. All of this rock that forms as a intrusive underneath the ground, cooled from magma. And this is one famous sort of dome on top of all of this entire batholith that's called Half Dome in Yosemite National Park. And Half Dome is a half dome because the other side of it was stripped away by glacial activity in the past.